Section 3, Video 1. We're going to continue to look at prisms, but now instead of surface area, we're going to look at volume. So as before, a very general formula for volume of a three-dimensional shape is this, where B is the area of the base. So in these particular pictures, we're looking at these bases times the height. So there would be your height. If we can find out the area of the base, take it times the height, you will have volume. And as before, we have more specific formulas if you want to look at it that way. First case is a rectangular prism. Nicely enough, it's just length times width times height. You take your three dimensions, multiply them together, and you get volume. But if you notice, length times width is the area of the base. So you are still doing area of the base times height, but it just looks a little bit more specific to this shape. A cube, as you remember, has squares on all sides, so all lengths or edges are the same. So they have A here in this picture, but we are more familiar with S, S, and S, so probably would be more appropriate. So we would then say S cubed. So it's still length times width times height, but since they're all the same value, they just have S and cube it. So let's try some examples. Here we have a rectangular prism. It says find the volume, and we know the formula for volume of a rectangular prism is length times width times height. So 3 times 4 times 12, which would give us 144 centimeters squared. Now, as we did before in the last section, I'm going to show you that you can still use the general formula and what that would look like. So the area of the base would be, it's a square, so 3 times 4, and you get 12, times the height, which is 12, and again you get 144 centimeters cubed, excuse me, because we are in units of volume, pardon me. All right, next question. Here we have a cube with a surface area of 54 square centimeters. They want to know the volume of the cube. Well, we know the volume of the cube is S cubed. So we're going to have to create some information here by working backwards. If you remember, the formula for the surface area of a cube was 6S squared. So if we work backwards here, we know the surface area is 54, and we are looking for S, so we can use it in our volume formula. Divide both sides by 6, and we get 9. So take the root of both sides, and S is 3, which we can now plug that in. And our volume will be 3 cubed, which is 27 centimeters cubed.